Hey guys, this is Elena, and today I'm going to be taking you around some different food stores that you might encounter here in Costa Rica. So definitely stay tuned to see what kind of stores we have here and what you can expect to find in them. And remember, for the best information, or hopefully the best, or just some information about moving to Costa Rica, definitely check out the rest of this channel. So I have lots of tips and just bundles of information for you guys. So if you guys are going to make the move, go check out the rest of the channel. Okay, so let's get to it. Today, I'm going to be taking you to a few food stores that are here in Jaco. You're going to find different stores in different places that you're living in Costa Rica, but Jaco is a pretty large beach town, so they pretty much have all the main types of grocery stores that you will also find other places. So let's do it. This is the first place we're gonna go on our trip. This is the place where I buy my food, most of it. I try to go get everything I can in here, and you'll see why. This is my favorite store. It's actually really small, but it has everything that I personally need. I don't really need to go anywhere else, hardly ever. And I swear, every time I drive by here, they're always unloading fresh fruits and vegetables, and they're super friendly. And I think it's family owned. But look at all these fresh fruits and vegetables. They're awesome. We got lots of avocados. Like, I've definitely found the freshest produce here at this place. And it's awesome. So this is where I pretty much do all my shopping. It's a really small store. We'll go inside in just a minute, but it's the best for me. You could call this type of store like a mini super. So this is a mini super. And they have everything that I need. It has bread. It has some dairy stuff. It's got all the necessities. It's okay. There's not a lot of space in this store. That's the only downside. But there's this bread that I really like. It's locally made. So I'm gonna get some. It's banana bread. So they do have some locally made things too, like these tortillas. That bread comes from a bakery. It's got rice, pasta, all your main stuff that you would need. It has got canned goods, soaps, cleaning products. So again, you can see even animal food. Like, it's a pretty small store, but I think it has everything, personally. It's got lots of fresh produce. Like I said, the freshest. So I absolutely love this place. And I'm going to put the link to where it's located in the description. Okay, so for the little family-owned store down my street, I would say that one, in terms of affordability for the produce, overall pretty affordable. Dry goods, things are pretty affordable. It's going to be more expensive than the next grocery store I'm going to show you. But for me, I'm like, well, whatever. I'm contributing to a family, and they're a small business, so I don't mind paying a little bit extra. But just so you know, a lot of times these smaller stores that you'll find in Costa Rica, some of the things in them could be a bit more expensive than the bigger ones, but obviously for obvious reasons. But for, it's not a huge amount that's going to be so noticeable. So if you can, and if you like the store that's near, that's in your neighborhood and you want to support them, then great, go for it. So store number 2, and look at those murals. So cool, right? This is Jaco, guys. Cool murals. So this is store number 2 that we're going to be going into on our tour of the grocery stores, I guess. So this is Masxmenos. I'm going to walk in a second, but I want to tell you a little bit Masxmenos first. So I go to Masxmenos. Their produce isn't the best, like the first store that you just saw. So, if you can get your produce like maybe more local, more family owned, like you're gonna definitely find the freshest stuff, I feel like, that way. Otherwise, if you want to use other grocery stores, yeah, they have produce too. You can find some things there too. But this Masxmenos is a bigger grocery store, so not as fancy as what you might find in North America, but has pretty much everything that you would need. So let's just go inside just so you can see what it looks like. But it pretty much has everything too. So there are some Masxmenos in San Jose. We have them here in Jaco. Perhaps, I know down in the southern zone we have a grocery store called the BM. That one might be kind of comparable to this one as well in terms of what it might look like on the inside. So although you may be living in a town, there may not be a Masxmenos. You may have something maybe similar that's just under a different name, but still kind of the same size and has kind of the same things inside of it. So let's just go in. That's the best way for you guys to do it, is just to see what it looks like. They always take your temperature, but they don't actually look at it. Hola. Gracias. So this is Masxmenos, guys. So first we got the produce. I mean, they do have a lot of produce. I'm not saying don't buy your produce here. Actually looking pretty full today. Look at all this. Plus there's been some things that I found here that I can't find in the little grocery store that I mentioned. Like, where's that dill? There it is. This is Masxmenos. So larger, I think it's air conditioned. I mean, it doesn't feel too hot in here. Yeah, it's air conditioned. Just bigger selection. Obviously there's more space to walk around the store, whereas in the other one you're kind of bumping into people. They have a meat section over here, whereas in the other store they did not. So I mean, this is just kind of your typical, I guess, larger grocery store in Costa Rica. If you find a larger grocery store, this is what you could expect. So they have cereals, shampoos, toilet paper, canned section, cleaning products, beer, if you're a beer person. So yeah, this is Masxmenos, guys. Okay, so that was Masxmenos, and I would say that this grocery store, there's a really loud truck, is affordable. I would say this is an affordable grocery store option for just your everyday stuff, dry goods, things like that. It is an affordable store. So something for you to know. Next, we are going to Maxi Pali. One thing that I should know is that really at all these stores you can use cash. Oh no, I'm sorry. All these stores you can use your credit card or debit card. So really any business in Costa Rica needs to be able to accept credit or debit, like if they're like a legally registered business. Times where you might be grocery shopping and you won't be able to use your card will be if you go to a farmer's market, which makes sense. So, you know, in that case, then if you're gonna go to a farmer's market, make sure that you bring cash with you so that, you know, you can pay the vendors in cash. Mega Super over there, but I don't think we need to go in there. I never shop there. It's just a grocery store. And now we are in front of Maxi Pali. It is backwards. So this is Maxi Pali. Maxi Pali is actually owned by Walmart. So you can find a lot of, so maybe there might not be a Maxi Pali in your town, but usually in some larger towns there are. So like in Jaco's there's one, in Capos there is, down in the southern zone there's one, I think at Palmar Sur, one of those towns. So you'll probably be within some kind of distance of a Maxi Pali from where you're living, unless you're pretty remote. So Maxi Pali can be a good place to load up. I mean, I would say it's very affordable. They have a lot of household things as well, so I'm just going to take you in and show you guys around. I don't come here very often because I can just get really most of what I need without having to walk down a whole bunch of aisles. So I just prefer to go to the smaller store because it takes me a lot less time to walk. We are at Maxi Pali. So this is what this store looks like. Almost looks more like a warehouse. I don't know. So I've done a lot of shopping here in the past. You can get pretty much most things. I would say it's all pretty affordable. See, a lot of things are for sale. But I don't think I come here too often. I used to probably do a lot of my shopping here when I lived in other places. But again, like I said, for me, I just don't need all the things that are in here. So I prefer, but you know, if you need certain items like a cooler, things for your house, you know, these are some things that Maxi Pali is going to have that maybe some of these other stores may not have. They may or may not. You know, you can check and see what's around in your town. You know, they have some clothing items, pillows. So again, this is kind of like a grocery store plus household because it is owned by Walmart. Tupperware. You know, they're just going to have a wider selection of things here. I do buy my dog food here, actually. That is what I do buy here because it's cheaper. Get a TV here. Or a ginormous speaker. Mattress. So yeah, Maxi Pali is not just for food. So, you know, you can get all your car stuff. Like I said, pet supplies, dog food. Like I like to get my dog's food here. So yeah, this is Maxi Pali, and they just have aisles, and you walk down them and you do your shopping just like you would anywhere. got canned goods. You won't find here is you're not going to find a lot of those imported, let's say imported specialty items that you'd seen in Masxmenos. This is just more of like, I don't know, I feel like this is more of what's in Costa Rica. Maybe not all this comes from Costa Rica, but you know, you're not going to find those specialty keto chips. You know what I mean? So if you're cool to just do some basic shopping and it to be affordable, then this could be a place to come do it at. It's just a grocery store. And there's a checkout. I really don't need anything. So I did mention that Maxi Pali is owned by Walmart. We do have Walmarts in Costa Rica. You're gonna find them in San Jose area. There's one near Liberia Airport. We have them, yeah, just more around San Jose, Liberia. We do have one in San Isidro now. So yes, and one down by the Panama border. So you can find Walmarts around. You're not gonna find them potentially you may not have a Walmart within hours of where you live. I mean, it'll probably take you hours potentially to get there. So, or maybe if you are living up near Liberia or one of those beaches, then you'll only be 30 minutes away from the Walmart. Or if you live in the Central Valley, you'll probably have lots of Walmarts you can go to. So Walmarts are an option, but this is kind of the closest that you got outside of those areas. And our last stop for this grocery store tour is Automercado. So Automercado, if you'd like to flush a bunch of money down the toilet, I'm just kidding. Just joking. But really, this is not a place to go if you're on a budget. It is very North Americanized. It's a North Americanized store. It's somewhere that I would go if I were looking for some specialty item. I would not do all of my grocery shopping here. I mean, you can. I mean, if you got the money, go for it. I mean, it's fine. I wouldn't because it's too far from my house and it just doesn't make sense when I could just get like fresh produce right where I live and I can get everything right there. But for some people, they may want to start, if you're looking for a kind of a ritzy place to go buy your groceries, then this is it. It's definitely a North Americanized place, but again, not a place to go if you're on a budget. And I know sometimes people will come to Costa Rica and maybe they'll tell their shuttle driver that, hey, I want to go to get some groceries, and they might take them to Automercado. I don't know why they just assume that we all want to go to Automercado, but some of them do. So if you see Automercado and you don't want to just drop a bunch of money on stuff that you could get somewhere else for a lot cheaper, like pasta, if you don't want to be paying extra just for your dry goods, cereal, pasta, just because you walked into Automercado versus Masxmenos or like, you know, the other grocery stores that I showed you, then, you know, don't buy those things here. However, if you want some like specialty items or things that you can't find in those, like wheat thins, which I found here and I'm very excited about, Bush's baked beans, I just bought some of those the other day, then that's when you would want to come to Automercado. Fancy. I try not to look like a weirdo filming in a grocery store, but gotta do what I gotta do for you people. All right, this is Automercado. So, like, are you serious? These limes are like $7? What? You know, like the place near my house, you can get them for super cheap. So just FYI. Again, if you want to come here and spend $7 on limes, like all power to you. Like I don't judge anybody about anything, but if you're not trying to do that, or like you're just thinking, oh, I just don't want you coming in here thinking this is a normal grocery store and then being like, oh my God, why is Costa Rica so expensive? Because it's not. I mean, like, these are cute, right? Yeah, like, they do have some special things here. Like, kefir, you're not going to find that. Ooh, whipped cream. I haven't seen that in a while. Coffee mate, don't see that everywhere. So, I mean, if you are missing certain things from your home country and you think you might find them here, then you very well may. Coors Light. That's pretty hilarious, right? Alrighty, so I'm not hating on Automercado whatsoever. I'm just gonna let you know it's not a budget-friendly place. You may not want to do all your shopping here, but it actually is a really great place if you want to go find some specialty items that you can't find in other stores, or if you want to feel like you're in North America for a few minutes. So yeah, not knocking on the place. I do come here for a few things myself. So yeah, but just wanted to let you know why you might come here. Why, you know, if you're on a budget, you may not want to come here for certain things, but yeah, it's actually a pretty nice store, and it's got a lot of selection and a lot of variety. Another tip, if you are a meat eater, rather than buying from a grocery store, you might buy from a carniceria. So it's like a little meat shop. You can find these in a lot of towns. This is another supermarket. I've never been in there, but yeah, you can find these in a lot of towns. You might end up going to a few different places to get your stuff, whether it's you go one place for your fruit and vegetables, one place for meat, one place for your cheaper dry goods, and then maybe another place for specialty items. But if that all sounds too exhausting, then try to get what you can from as little places as you can. Guys, so that was it. That was my grocery tour. I hope it was helpful. I hope you could see what a smaller store might look like a larger store, and then what a fancy store, you know, some of what these different stores might look like that you might encounter. Obviously, if you live in Jaco, then you'll see these ones. If not, you know, in other parts of Costa Rica, this is just to give you an idea of what you'll see. So I hope that this was helpful. Thank you for joining. Thank you for riding along with me as I drove around town. And you know, I've been to all these grocery stores today in just a short time, and I realized that I need sour cream, and I didn't get it at any of them, so just goes to show you. All right, thanks guys. Anyway, thanks again. Thank you again as usual. I appreciate you guys watching, and make sure to check out the rest of the channel for other great tips.